Hello there, and a very, very warm welcome. Tuesday evening, 8 o'clock. What does that mean? Of course, it means the Planet Cruise TV show. We've got an amazing lineup today. We've got brand new ships. We've got maiden voyages, maiden sailings. We've got all-inclusives. We've got, oh, God, we've even got some mini cruises for less than £150. And we are joined by the fantastic Justin, who's had a journey, a terrible journey to get here. But you made it. Somebody
on the M1's probably had a worse journey tonight. But I tell you what, you've missed something.
What?
My favourite decade of music, the 80s. How could you forget that? We've got a fantastic themed cruise that if you love Belinda Carlisle and Go West, amongst other names, then you can go and see them live on board. And when you see the list of who's performing, I'll take you through it later, you'll absolutely love that one.
Well, I'm like you, I love the 80s music, so...
Yeah, but the cruise that we've got coming up at the end, when we say about we save the best till last, we have a 27-night cruise which is going all the way around. It's like a figure of 8 around Australia and New Zealand. It's a once-in-a-lifetime cruise. Tonight's show...
And that is with celebrity, by the way.
Yeah, I'm really excited about tonight's show, properly.
Well, should we crack on?
Please, let's crack on.
By the way, if you are brand new to the show, yeah, this is Planet Cruise. It's been running 10 years. Justin's worked on the cruise ships. I've been on about 25 cruises. So we are here to help tonight, aren't we?
We guide you, navigate you.
Yeah, we will navigate you. Now, we're starting off with MSC. This is a brand new ship, isn't it?
Yeah, brand new ship. And the Meraviglia, she's the sister ship to the Seaside. And these two ships have been designed, and they're just like anything, nothing that you've ever seen before, cruise ship-wise. They're really breaking the mould. One of the things that I'm really excited about is the technology. And bear in mind, this is a family-friendly cruise. You've got fantastic technology. You can download an app to your iPad, and that gives you, or your iPhone or Android users as well. It will navigate you around the ship. You've got 24-hour access to bookings if you want to book perhaps a tour, if you want to book something at the spa, if you want to book one of the specialty restaurants, you can do that. And on top of that, they've got these, they're like wireless bracelets. It's called NFD, near field technology. I'll get there. I'll get there. So these bracelets, they actually track where you are on the ship. So if you've got children, and perhaps you say, OK, you know, if you want to go off to the water park, which, by the way, is awesome.
It's amazing.
There's a tube which goes over the edge of the ship and back in. You can actually race down.
My word.
I'll tell you about that later.
Anyway. Do you know what I'm excited about? You know me too well. You can upgrade to all-inclusive from £20 per person per night. But let's take you on board.
3 years in the planning, 26 months in construction, 35,000 tonnes of steel, and ushering in a new style of ship to MSC Cruises, Meraviglia arrives fully loaded with everything you could ever want in a family-orientated cruise ship, packed with incredible visuals throughout her impressive 19-passenger decks. However, the crown and glory has to be the 2-deck inside promenade, topped with a huge LED dome. From simple interior rooms all the way through to the incredible royal suites of the MSC Yacht Club, the choice of cabins on board Meraviglia is truly amazing. The ocean view cabins come with large picture windows, whilst the balconies and family cabins offer you the taste of the outdoor. For a taste of luxury, why not try a suite or a duplex? Both come loaded with more space than the standard options, or for the ultimate that MSC have to offer, there's always the Yacht Club. With a choice of 12 dining options, you could eat at a different venue every night. If you're a fan of Italian food, then Eatery Ristorante Italiano is definitely the place for you. Steak lovers need to head along to the Butcher's Cut, an American-style steakhouse serving select cuts of meat from around the world. If you prefer surf rather than turf, then check out Kayeto's Teppanyaki restaurant and sushi bar. For those of you with a sweet tooth, head along to Jean-Philippe Moret's chocolate bar, where skilled chocolatiers create sweet masterpieces. If you prefer something a little bit more spectacular, then how about a Cirque du Soleil show? In the Carousel Lounge, you'll get just that, where you can be amazed by the acrobats while you enjoy spectacular dining options. With dedicated clubs for babies, juniors and teens, and with partnership with Lego and Chico, it will feel like a home away from home for your little ones. If you love nothing more than spending your time splashing about in the water, then check out the Polar Aqua Park with 3 twists and slides, the Himalayan Bridge, and a host of activities for all ages.
And that was Paul, by the way, who's no doubt taking calls right now at the Planet Cruise head office. What an amazing ship.
Yeah. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's the largest European-based cruise ship that's ever been built.
And you were telling me about this latest technology.
Yeah, the latest tech. Let me take you through it. So you can download it on your phone, you can download it on your iPad, and you've also got these bracelets as well, which you wear around the ship. So these are sort of what you pay with instead of having your cruise card. And on top of that, you've got 24-hour contact with the front desk or concierge. It really is. Just take a look at this. You'll get some sort of an idea of the flavour. It also photographs as well. It does actually document the photos that you take through your cruise, so it builds up like a timeline on there. So you can just for those of you that are thinking, oh, I'm going to download the app and have a look. Of course, you do need your cruise ID, as in when your booking reference, to gain access to it. So it's very secure as well. But it organises all of your activities throughout the day. If you want to book a restaurant, there are some specialty restaurants. Here's the capture function that I was talking to you about the photographs that you can then build is almost like an album for your cruise. But the fact of the matter is, it's just taking that experience that step further. Do you know what
I imagine, Justin, because there's always so much to do on a cruise ship, this gets you even more organised. You can really plan your day. That's
properly.
brilliant.
Put it through bookings, and again, for those of you who are going on with families, it's great to know that you know where the kids are, so you can see which area of the ship they're on.
I'm just thinking, when I'm on a cruise with my mum sometimes, I want to avoid her. So, I'm only joking, Mum, I'm only joking, Mum, if you're watching.
Oh, dear.
She's watching tonight as well. Anyway, that was a joke, by the way. But we are flying from London, first of all, aren't we?
Yes, yeah, we're going over to Genoa, and your first port of call, it's a big one, it is Rome. And this is a great example of, you can plan your cruise in advance. Download that app. And use that connectivity, because you can go to see the Colosseum, you can go and see the Vatican City, you can go and see the Trevi Fountain, all of these wonderful places in one day. And I would highly recommend booking a tour. We can do that for you as well, so when you speak to your cruise representative this evening, then we can book that in advance, just because, especially on these busy ports like Rome, they do sell out very, very quickly, so take the stress out of that. From Rome, we're going to go to a lovely little port. Take a look at this. Palermo, and this is quintessential Italian village by the sea. Beautiful, stunning coastline. You've got all of the best produce in the area. You've got some lovely churches there as well, by the way. Then we're heading off to Malta. We're going to Valletta, one of my favourite ports, actually. I always remember, I highly recommend sitting out on the aft end or wherever the breakfast area is, and just taking in the wonderful sandstone harbour. You've got so much history there as well. Really is fantastic. It's another couple of fantastic churches.
It is a beautiful place, isn't it?
Yeah,
lovely.
Then you've got a relaxing day at sea, and then we're off to Barcelona. One of my favourite ports. Everywhere's my favourite port. There's so much to see and do. Here's the actual man-made beach that was put in 1992 after the Olympics. You can go to see the new camp if you want to go and see Sagrada Familia, which they still haven't finished. But, of course, it was Gaudi who designed or took over the design of Sagrada Familia, and, of course, you can see some of his buildings as well. If you love shopping, go to La Ramblas. If not, then this is just down by the actual picture here. It looks like a massive roundabout. Just off of here, there's the marina. Beautiful place just to sit and people watch. Absolutely love it. Anyway, then we're off to Marseille, and again, chalk and cheese. You've got a busy day in Barcelona, and then you've got the gateway to Provence. It is absolutely stunning. If you just think of lavender fields, beautiful oranges, lemons, and just local produce, it's a lovely, lovely way to finish things off before you head back to Genoa and then fly back to the UK.
I've got to say, great ports, but the ship is so amazing.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to force myself to get off this one, I think.
Yeah, I mean, MSC's been a favourite of mine for a very long time, and again, just the standard features that they have on as a cruise line are phenomenal, but the Meraviglia, it really has taken it to the next level.
And there's nothing, I mean, it's like, Justin, when you're on a brand new ship, it is magical.
But one thing that I'd again get excited about is the fact that they've partnered with Cirque du Soleil. Yeah. It's not inspired by it's not like a spin-off. It is Cirque du Soleil that have put the shows together, so it's absolutely stunning.
I'm liking the look of the duplex suite. Look at that.
You have upstairs, I'll have downstairs.
Anyway, let's just show you what's included. My producer said it's nicer than his house, that statement it is. Now, brand new ship, this is her maiden season. And remember, Justin just mentioned the world-famous Cirque du Soleil will be on board performing their amazing shows. That's all included. The drinks package, you can actually get that from just £20 per person per night. That is amazing value, one of the best price drinks packages you'll find, and all your return flights as well. And prices, let's just show you, they do start right down there at just £690. It is selling fast. We've already had some sellouts on the outside and also on the suites as well. But a good choice of dates, though, isn't there?
Yeah, fantastic.
Now, our next cruise, you might be looking at the screen going, hang on, Marella Cruises, we've never had them before on the show.
But that looks familiar.
Very familiar.
If I said to you £60 per person per night, I bet you there's a lot of people at home that have been on a Thompson cruise before that go, well, that sounds good value. Of course, just to point out, this is the newly renamed Thompson Cruises, which is now Marella. So the same fantastic ships which have been, when I say restored, they're vintage ships which have just been given a new lease of life. And when I say new lease of life, some of the bars and restaurants on here, Corala, the fantastic Asian fusion restaurant, is just superb.
So everything that we love about Thompson, just to say, just the name that's changed. Now, this is one of the best deals. Just now we're talking before the show. You're away for over 2 weeks in the Caribbean. It's a last-minute deal. It's under £900, and that's for an outside cabin. I think, I mean, I've presented the show 10 years. If you get it under £1,000, it's amazing. Under 900.
Yeah, but when you break that down, £60 per person per night.
And that includes flights. What would your flights be?
And, wait for it, free tips and exclusive discounts. So, you know, it's even better. That's why, again, for those of you who love Thompson, this is the same great service, the same great ships, it's just a different name.
But it is, I mean, price-wise, it doesn't get better than this, seriously. So anyway, let's take you on board.
Yeah, and you know, the thing is, you know, they're keeping that same flavour, so you've still got the style of the waiter service in the restaurant, you've got the Lido restaurant as well, the terrace grill, so if you do want to have a steak or perhaps some seafood, but Corala, it really is. The Pan-Asian restaurant is fantastic. There are charges for some of the restaurants, so, you know, cover charges, but again, what you would compare to going out for a meal in, you know, a major city when you're on holiday, it's nothing. It really is a fantastic, I can't emphasise this enough, the same great talents of shows, Broadway-style musicals, all put together, and again, for those, it will all be the same staff as well. That's the great thing.
Yeah, of course.
Because, well, when I say I can't guarantee it will be, but, you know, the staff do stay with ships. And that's the great thing, that the names change, but it's still the Thompson staff, still the Thompson waiter that will be looking after you.
All the great staff, all the great food, the great entertainment, the great ships, and amazing prices, and free tips, of course. And actually, just looking there, I think this is a great time to get away. I'm not being funny, but the first few weeks in December, everywhere's heaving in the UK. Everyone's a bit stressed to get ready for Christmas. The weather's rubbish. You can get away.
Well, this is the perfect way to beat those January blues by booking a cruise with Planet Cruise.
Yes, certainly. And to get a great time for Christmas as well, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. Christmas in the Caribbean, eh?
So were you out your way for, you know, say you'll get back on the 21st December, so you're all ready, won't you?
I know, but when you think about how miserable it will get,
it'd be horrible.
Or could get, but the places you're going as well. All I'd say is this is like the greatest hits of Caribbean islands, and you even get to go back into Tortola twice as well, which I'll take you through. In fact, should we start?
Well, I think we should.
Let's go for our first port of call. British Virgin Islands, it's Tortola. One of my favourites, actually, because you can hire a buggy, you can get around the island, you can have a wander into the town, and in fact, on the other side of the island, there's a fantastic beach. You've got Cane Garden Bay and you've got Long Beach. If you go left to Long Beach, it's quiet. If you go to Cane Garden Bay, it's busy. That's all I'm going to say. If you do want to go, you've got Puss's Landing as well, which is the famous Navy rum. Great place to swim with dolphins, and you can go to Virgin Gorda as well. Then we're off to St Martin. Very, very American, very, very great on service. The facilities on this island as well are great. So it's a Dutch and French feel. You've got a main central walkway with all of your jewellers and all of your electronic shops, and you've got a fantastic beachfront with great bars and restaurants. What could you ask for? Antigua,
beautiful.
Should we just tick it off? Just say 365 beaches for 365 days of the year. It's just fantastic, really is. And there's a great little port facility. As soon as the ships dock, the little area there, there's a casino, there's the little steel bands. You can get the sort of Caribbean CDs and stuff. Brilliant. Then we're off to St Lucia. St Lucia, you've got to head out, see the pitons, go down to Dr Dolittle Bay, or Marigot Bay, as they say. No, the pitons. I've got a friend of mine that's been recently. He said Sulfray, which is one of the older towns, is fantastic. But Castries, where you usually dock, is great as well. Then we're off to Spice Island. We're off to Grenada. This is brilliant. You've got to get one of those little wicker baskets with loads of spices in and bring it back. It's awesome. The best place to go there is Grandad's Beach. It's a little water taxi ride away, or if you don't fancy the water, you can take a taxi. But the water taxi experience, oh, it's awesome. You've got to do it. Got to do it. Then we're into La Romana. Now, this is a very interesting place. We don't feature this port on enough itineraries. It's the Dominican Republic, and when you get off, there's a small town, but there is Casa de Campo. And it's basically a replica 16th century Spanish village with church, with bar, with house. It's like stepping back in time, and it's well worth going there. There's some good shops to have a look around, so highly recommend going to Casa de Campo. Then we're back into Tortola, which we spoke about earlier on. Then we're off to St Kitts, great for outdoor activities. If you like your history as well, there's some great history there with some of the forts. Which we'll come on to a little bit later on. Then we're off to Martinique, the Isle of Flowers. Now, Martinique has got a very, very French feel to it. So if you think of like New Orleans cuisine, the sort of banana plantations, rum distilleries, botanical gardens, it was a favourite with Princess Margaret back in the day.
Oh, really?
It was the place to go and be seen. Then we're off to, again, classic of the Caribbean, our home port for many years, Barbados. You've got to go into Bridgetown. It's a good walk into Bridgetown. It's lovely now. You've got to head to the boatyard, which is where everybody goes. It's one of the best beaches, one of the best vibes. And if you really want to push the boat out, excuse the pun, Sandy Lane, you've got to go there, see all these celebs, and just feel as if you're a millionaire.
I tell you what, we are getting to see so much of the Caribbean.
We haven't even finished as well. We're off to St Vincent, St Vincent. Now, if you do like your history, then you definitely want to go here. You've got Fort Charlotte, which is got some great panoramic views, but it's definitely for those of you that are historians. But if you love films, you can go to Wallaby Bay, which is where they made Pirates of the Caribbean. So one of the places that they made it. There's also the sulfury volcano. So if you want to see something a little bit geological, that was a big word, wasn't it?
It was very big. Impressed that.
At molecular level. then you can do that. Relaxing day at sea to enjoy the ship, and then you're back into your port and flying back to the UK.
Wow. We think this one is going to go extremely quickly tonight. As Justin said, it's under £60 per person per night. So just to remind you, if you've never cruised with, well, it's Thompson, but it's been rebranded, say, brand new name there, Marella, but you're going to get all your free tips, exclusive discounts tonight. It's a last-minute special, and your return flights now, they're based from either London Gatwick there and Birmingham. We've got Birmingham, haven't we?
Yeah. No, so it's great that we've got that selection of ports and airports to fly to.
And can we just see the ship one final time? Let's have a little look at some of the great images. Whenever we meet viewers that have been on a Marella cruise, a Thompson cruise, they always say great service, great feedback, really friendly, and great shows. The entertainment gets really high ratings, doesn't it?
Definitely. And you know, great opportunity to say that if you have been on a Thompson cruise, and perhaps you've got one booked in the future, please let us know. Send emails in, send messages in, because then it's great that we can share that feedback. But like I said, the public rooms and the bars, Corolla as well, fantastic restaurant. Again, supplement supply on there, but just phenomenal.
And I tell you what, if you've never been on a cruise, to cruise on the Caribbean, it is, it's the best, isn't it?
Yeah, and considering the size of the ship, you're looking at something which is, a nice 34,000 tonnes, so you've got about 1,500 passengers on board. It's a nice first cruises experience, but we've got plenty still more to come.
And don't forget, the price there is for an outside cabin as well. So there you go. You get actually say a nice view there as well.
£60 per person per night.
I know.
Unbelievable. I mean, where would you be able to stay in the UK for £60 per night that included entertainment and food?
You just wouldn't do it, would you? You couldn't. You wouldn't even get a decent B&B, would you?
No. You
get
breakfast. You might get breakfast.
But it does work out under £60 per person per night, and you've got your flights included. That is amazing, isn't it?
Brilliant.
I know. Anyway, we better move on, because
back to the 80s.
Oh yeah. I thought you were too young for the 80s.
No, I was growing up in the 80s, but it's one of those things that is cool now. And to be fair, if you love 80s music, I mean, let me give you the list.
Go on, this is all.
This, I mean, you'll know all that.
Yeah.
Tony Hadley.
Wow.
Oh, straight away. No, it's just
voice.
in word gold, just gold. ABC, The Look of Love, Look of Love. Kim Wilde, Kids in America. But to be fair, I love Four Letter Word.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a late number. Belinda Carlisle, Heaven is a Place on Earth, Circle in the Sand. Go West, The King of Wishful Thinking, but we close our eyes. That lead on that synthesizer, it was just awesome.
These are massive bands, aren't they?
What about a little bit of Paul Young?
He's not on there as well,
Paul Young, every time you go. The Babies, every time I think of the British band.
Yeah.
Midnight Rendezvous, Cutting Crew. Exactly.
Yeah.
And not to finish off with, hey, Heart and Soul, or was it China in Your Hand? Ta-pow! Ta-pow! Exactly. All of these great artists are going to be on board. And as I said, featuring Belinda Carlisle, Go West. This is also on Royal Caribbean. So you've got... we'll go through the ports later, but just that itinerary of artists that's going to be on board.
That is an amazing lineup, isn't it?
It's great. And there is opportunities to meet them as well. Yeah. So, you may be able to get some signatures and stuff like that. It's just awesome. And on top of that, do you know the DJ, Sarah Cox?
No, she's not there as well.
Yeah, she's going to be hosting the 80s mix parties as well. I'm sold. I want to go on it.
Anyway, let's... Yeah, I've almost forgotten about the cruise, but no, it's a great cruise as well. So it's from Southampton, nice and easy.
Are we peaked too soon?
Yeah, God. But this is, it's the first time that we've seen all of these massive groups and artists together for this 80s party.
And the thing is, I should imagine, do take, everything that's fluorescent and day glow, because it's just going to, lace gloves, the full works.
Oh, yeah.
Your Michael Jackson jacket. There he is, Tony Hadley. Hey, fantastic. ABC as well, Kim Wilde. I did love Four Letter Word.
I loved UK. Do you remember UK?
I had it on cassette. And Sarah Cox has said, Sarah Cox, great Northern lass.
Go West, Paul Young.
Hey, where's his at now?
And
Cutting Crew. Honestly, are they going to have to sing the song? No, the audience will do it. And I should imagine, like you can see here, just an example of the entertainment on board. It's going to have that 80s flavour, it's going to have that 80s feel. That you want to do some exercise? Then, exactly, Frankie says relax. Just do it.
Want to get your headband out?
My headband?
I had really long hair in the 80s.
I think I'd probably have to go for stonewashed denim jeans, leather jacket, big Ray-Bans, go for the George Michael look.
Yeah.
See?
But this is going to be a massive party, isn't it? It's going to be absolutely fantastic. And to get the chance to see all of those artists.
Do you know what my guilty pleasure?
What?
Flock of seagulls. What a hairdo. What a hairdo. You see? Exactly. But again, the artists, let me just take you through the artists that are appearing. Tony Hadley, ABC, Kim Wilde, Belinda Carlisle, Go West, Paul Young, The Babies, Cutting Crew, and Ta-pow.
That is a massive, massive 80s lineup, isn't it?
Yeah.
Huge.
I just want a DeLorean to turn up on the quayside. Take a skateboard, the Casio watch.
Anyway, look, there's a cruise involved as well.
Sorry.
Don't forget.
Yeah.
So we start off in Southampton. Your first day's at sea, and we're making our way over to Bilbao, aren't we?
Yeah. Let me just give you a sort of brief overview of the itinerary. You've got Bilbao, and you've also got Vigo as well, which are two of the ports that you're going to be stopping on. But the feature port on this cruise has to be Lisbon. And for me, it is just phenomenal. You stop at the 25th of April bridge, which looks like San Francisco, and you can have a little bit of a wander round. So, yeah, as I said, Bilbao, Vigo, and then down to Lisbon. This is the monument of discoveries. So all of the explorers that left Portugal, there's a beautiful stone carving. You've got to get a tram ride as well. Just all I take, remember to stamp your ticket. They are quite funny over there. Make sure you stamp your ticket. But there's the little cobbled alleys, the little sort of cafes and restaurants. Also, you've got to go and see the Bell M Tower as well, which is, it looks like a castle piece. So here's my little tip. Get off the ship, turn left, and you're going to go under the bridge. Then you've got Monument of Discoveries, and then you walk on a little bit further, and then there's the Torre de Belém, which is the Bell M Tower.
I only went there for the first time on a cruise last year, and it is an amazing place. It really is. Beautiful, actually.
And the best thing in Lisbon, you've got to do chicken and chips with a bottle of Mateus Rosé. Got to be done. It's just, it's tradition.
Yeah.
It is tradition. But for me, it's just great value.
And custard tarts as well.
Eh?
You get the custard tarts.
You're still talking about the 80s again?
No! No, you've also got, after Lisbon, you do get a couple of days at sea. I mean, you're going to have the most amazing entertainment, you imagine. It is going to be the biggest 80s party, and back to Southampton. And you are going to be on board the fantastic Navigator of the Seas.
We didn't say much about the ship, did we?
No, but Royal Caribbean, I mean, I love them. there's always so much to do for everybody, isn't there?
Well, to be fair, I mean, look, you can see the promenade there. Great for the family if you want to take the kids and say, look, this is what Mum and Dad used to, you know, listen to and get up to in the 80s. Fantastic restaurants on board as well. There's ice rink on there, wonderful spas. You've got the rock climbing wall, which is sort of signature Royal Caribbean as well. Also, for the inside cabins, this was the first ship to have the virtual balconies. So even if you're on an inside cabin, they've got 80-inch plasma TVs which broadcast a live picture of what's outside.
Oh, there you go.
So there you go. There's the virtual
Do you know, I've
balconies.
never stayed in a room with those, but everyone
Brilliant.
says they are so real.
And the people that have been on board highly recommend Portofino's restaurant. So if you like Italians, then go on.
Do you know what I was thinking? What would it cost you just to go to some of those concerts alone?
Yeah.
To see those artists. You know, it's like, I mean, concerts are really expensive nowadays. What would it cost you to see some of those artists? You've got a chance.
Well, then you've got accommodation, you've got transport there as well, and you've got all of that included. And for those of you as well, if you're travelling from a little bit further afield, then we've got a great offer with the Holiday Inn at Winchester that you can add an extra night stay, which also includes your parking and your transfer as well. So all of that included. We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah, that's coming up a little bit later on. So just to remind you what's included in this one. So all of those great acts, as just as mentioned, Tony Hadley, ABC, Kim Wilde, Belinda Carlisle, many, many more. Sarah Cox is going to be there as well, presenting the Just Can't Get Enough of the 80s. You will get your gratuities included, and also, as Justin just mentioned, you know, to make it nice and easy, you're going to be cruising out of Southampton, but you don't want to be driving down the day. So why don't you stay there the night before in the Holiday Inn Winchester for only £95 per person? You do get your breakfast, your parking, and your port transfers as well. I'm really tempted with that one.
Yeah, well, and just one thing to add as well, this is deposit only.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Deposit only, so if, you know, if you're thinking about it, perhaps if you want to get, you know, get the team back together, get the band back together.
I was just thinking some of my old mates and that, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah, some of my people I used to go clubbing with in the 80s. No, I did.
You went clubbing in the 80s?
I'm older than you,
in
remember.
the 80s?
And I think, yeah, well, I really was.
Anyway,
I'm 49 nearly. I was clubbing in the 80s. Anyway, we have got a couple of mini cruises for you right now.
Oh, yes. And do you know what? These are last-minute mini cruises, and a little bit of a taster because this is from Cruise and Maritime,
Yes.
and in fact, next week we've got a guest.
We've got Moira.
Moira. Yeah, and the funny thing is, I know Moira from back in the day when I used to cruise.
I remember. Well, she's going to be with us next week, telling us more about Cruise and Maritime. But a couple of mini deals. Now, the first one starts from just £145 per person, and it's a two-night Antwerp Christmas market from Tilbury, departing on the 13th of December. The outside there is just under £200 as well, but great Christmas shopping on that one.
Yeah, and also from £215 per person per night, it's the three-night Amsterdam and Bruges. Now, I'm off to Amsterdam tomorrow, but I tell you, I'd love to see it in the Christmas markets. It's a bit of a tradition to do Christmas markets with my family, and that is one that we haven't done. So just pick up the phone, give the guys a call. You can get that for this year, the 13th of December and the 18th of December.
And don't forget, the call centre open tonight till, is it 10:30 tonight?
I think 11.
Oh, it's 11. Even better, I think we're going to be busy. 080-250-2662. But all the details are on our website, planetcruise.com. So go on there, you see all the deals. In fact, if you don't find anything that you love tonight, Planet Cruise can find you in any cruise with any company. They can make deals bespoke as well, so they can add hotel stays.
All I'd say is there's exclusive discounts to Planet Cruise from some of the biggest top cruise lines, and on top of that, there's some cruises that you will see that you simply cannot book anywhere else.
And I always say, if you think you're going to get a better deal elsewhere, just call Planet Cruise, see if they can better it. We'll always try and price match and make the deal the best possible in the UK. So really would love to. I know some of you have watched the show maybe for quite a while, but you've never booked through Planet Cruise. We'd love you to book for the first time. Now, oh God,
gets better.
Oh,
look at this baby.
I just
have you seen this?
I need to take a year out and just go on all these fantastic
You've been
cruises.
on 28 cruises.
25.
I bet you've got another 3 booked.
I've got 2. I've got 2 in the diary actually. Yeah. But this is a brand new ship.
So this is really, really big. Big news. Norwegian Cruise Line completely changed the market by going all-inclusive.
Premium all-inclusive.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've got the list of names of the premium brands that you are going to get, which I'll go through in a minute. You've got
No, you go through it. I'm going to put it up on my wall, seriously. It's such a good list.
Well, straight away,
on.
I mean, the beers and the ciders you're going to get your Strongbows, your Peronis, your Grolsch, your Boddingtons, all of that, but it's where it gets to the strong stuff.
Well, I like gin.
You like gin?
Yeah, go on, tell me about the
Bombay
gins.
Sapphire, Beefeater, Fjords, Aylesbury, and Absolute Vodka as well.
Any Hendrix?
No Hendrix on... Hendrix, Smirnoff Ice... Sorry, the list goes on.
Yeah, honestly.
It literally goes off my page here. Tanqueray as well, so you're happy with that. But you know I'm a rum man.
You love rum, yeah.
I love. We've got Bacardi on there. We've got the black, the cocoa, the lemon, the oak heart, the rock, the coconut, the raspberry, Bacardi Raz. That could be dangerous for me. You've got Captain Morgan's on there, Gosling's Black Seal, which is some of the best, Mount Gay Silver, Pussers as well. Go careful if you have some of that. But that's just your rums. Then you've got your brandies, whiskies as well. You've got Jack Daniels, Jim Beam. You've got Knob Creek, Maker's Mark, Pisco Porton, Remy Martin, Wild Turkey, Woodford Reserve, Hennessy VS,
Just I hate
Bristol
to tell
Cream.
you, it's 9 o'clock. We've run out of time.
Literally
that list is so big, seriously.
But the fact of the matter is they changed the whole market by going premium all-inclusive. They're great for solo travellers as well because they've got a dedicated area. And dare I say, NCL's actually caught on to something. If you go back into the good old days of cruising, you used to have your first-class passengers, your second-class passengers, and then the guys down in the cabins below. They've got onto a private access now called the Haven. Let me take you through it. I mean, the ship itself looks fantastic. And by the way, yes, that is a go-kart track, an electric go-kart track at sea. I know, because a lot of people, a couple of my friends went, yeah, I know, but just imagine the noise of that going around. No, they're electric, and what they do is they pipe the music, or pipe the engine, through your helmet. Also, laser tag as well, which is outdoor. A phenomenal aqua park. And look at this, here's the ocean loops, which is see-through and goes over the side of the ship. Yeah, quite literally, you go overboard. The spa is awesome, but, again, there's certain areas, so the Haven Suite, you have to have private key card access. I love that. I love that. And look at all those beautiful hot stone beds. It really is. The Haven Suite itself is 3 stories. And you have a private concierge, you've got VIP embarkation and disembarkation on that one as well. There's also the studio, which we said about solo passengers. There's 82 staterooms, which are dedicated to solo travellers, and you get your snacks in there. There's board games. There's a dedicated cruise member or dedicated staff to look after you and initiate the conversation so you don't feel alone. I mean, just look at the observation lounge. Again, all of these, just imagine watching a sunset in the Caribbean or going through Norway or literally sailing into New York in the Haven Suite. Look at the atrium.
And I'm looking at the price. Bear in mind, this is the Maiden Voyage. You're away for nearly 2 weeks. It's is that Starbucks I just said?
Yeah, Coco's as well. They do restaurants in there. I'll take you through. Texas Smokehouse as well. They do a 20-ounce porterhouse steak and an 8-ounce filet mignon as well, and their signature is the ribeye. It's just, you've got also a French cuisine restaurant, Le Bistro, La Cuisina, which is Italian, Ocean Blue, which is seafood, Food Republic, which is sushi and Asian food, and wait for it, you've also got the District Brew House, a pub, which has 24 beers on tap and a further 50...
Hang on, 24
on tap and 50 bottled beers. But look at the entertainment.
Did I just see the Jersey Boys?
I know, there's so much to squeeze in here. We'll talk about that in a second. It's just... And to be on the Maiden cruise, to have all of this included, but for me, it's the standard. They have gone for award-winning Broadway musicals. The Jersey Boys is on board.
Now, what would you... I mean, I'm not being funny. What would you pay for a ticket for that? At least, what, £50?
Between £50 and £100, depending on what you want. But with this, it's all included. The fact that you've got... Also, there's a dedicated club called the Cavern Club. Oh, that sounds familiar. Wasn't there a Cavern Club in Liverpool? It's a Beatles tribute band that's in there. Also, there's a New Orleans bar. I've got to get this right. Miss Lulu's. And, of course, New Orleans, you've got all the ladies of the night, shall we say, in there. They do a fantastic show, and it's all about, like, the good old age of Prohibition in America. So you can imagine sort of that flavour. And that is just all of that included.
Now, we are going to have to show you where you're going to be going to.
Oh, yeah,
that's just the ship, OK? But we're cruising out of Southampton. You've got the first 3 days at sea, which I love because you would need those.
I'll be on the go-kart, I'll be on the laser tag, I'll be watching the shows. There's plenty to see. You've actually got two real big ports on here, which are Ponta Delgada, which is the Azores. Again, quite a rare itinerary on this one. Go to Crater Lakes. You can see the pineapple greenhouses as well. There's some great outdoor activities, 4x4 journeys and trips. Then you have 4 days at sea. Sorry, 4 days at sea before you go to Halifax, Nova Scotia. Now, there's some fantastic historic properties here. There's some great maritime museums as well. That definitely, if you love the old style of cruising, then you'll want to pop in there. They've got some great tributes and relics in there. And then 2 days at sea before you hit New York. Now, this is the great thing that you're finishing in New York, and again, because where we can, we are bespoke. If you want to then add on a stay in New York, ask your cruise representative when you're on the phone booking this cruise, can I extend it? What hotel would you like? Whereabouts would you like to stay? We will do what we can to make it bespoke. I
mean, anyone that's cruised, you know, you normally pay a premium for a brand new ship and a maiden voyage. I think this is outstanding value. Premium all-inclusive. So
3-story Haven suite.
I just want to do it, don't you?
Yeah, and the aqua park for the kids, the fact you've got electric go-karts, and look, it's 1,000 feet of track up on that. It's just awesome.
And the Jersey Boys.
Yeah, Jersey Boys, all of those different restaurants, the steakhouse, sushi, French, Italian, all of it. I absolutely love the ship. I want to go on this ship.
I think that is going to be absolutely breathtaking. Really unlike anything we've ever seen. And, you know, when you actually look at the price, it works out less than £800, I'd say, virtually per week. So, all-inclusive, premium drinks, best list of drinks we've ever seen, and we've studied quite a few, believe me. All your service charges, all your gratuities. If you go for the Ocean View tonight, you will actually get a free upgrade to a balcony as well. And, you know, I would definitely add on that extra stay in New York as well, wouldn't you, at the end?
Yeah, definitely worth doing it.
So your return flight to London, or we can do Manchester as well, and all your overseas transfers included as well. Now, right, is this a list of the drinks? Right, this could take forever, but it is everything that you could ever imagine. And it's not just about your alcoholic drinks, there's all your alcohol-free beers and soft drinks, of course, as well. But it is the best, you know, we've said one of the best drinks packages we've ever seen, because you've got all the premium drinks on that one, everything you'd ever want. And don't forget, if you'd like to book that one tonight, 080-2502-662, or of course planetcruise.com. Wow.
Do you need a cruise to recover from that?
God, that did look good, didn't it?
Fancy going to Norway?
Well, I have been, as it happens, but I'd love to go back.
Yeah, on Sapphire as well.
This is, well, actually, the last cruise I was on to the Fjords was with Princess.
Yeah.
Lovely cruise.
Fantastic.
I'm a big fan of Princess, actually. Very, you know, excellent quality. And I virtually did this exact cruise, actually. It was a friend's 50th, and Princess was selling their 50th, celebrating their 50th anniversary. But if you've never cruised on the Fjords, they are absolutely spectacular. We're going to show you some images and things, but in in real life, they are...
It's breathtaking.
Unbelievable, actually.
If you've never been before, and again, the great thing about this is it's a 7-night cruise out of Southampton as well. So for those of you that can't fly or don't like to fly, the air is so fresh over there. And it is, you know, if you've been lucky enough to see a lot of the world like I have, you go into those fjords and you're like, wow, thousands of feet up, waterfalls coming down, crystal clear water, and you're literally sailing through a fjord and breaking that perfect mirror ocean. It's amazing.
Well, let's give you a little taster.
Regardless of which Princess Cruises ship you get on, you'll find yourself with a host of dining, entertainment and relaxation options to suit your needs. Whether you prefer the traditions of set-time dining or you prefer to pick when, where and who you eat with, the option is yours on board a Princess ship. Princess Cruises have always taken speciality dining to the next level, from the sumptuous steaks in the Crown Grill through to the incredible Italian flavours of Sabatinis. The first of two new offerings is Steamer's Seafood, where you can feast on amazing shellfish, all accompanied by generous sides and dipping sauces. The second new taste sensation is Planks, serving up American-style barbecue options on planks, loaded with 4 meats, chilli, coleslaw and fries, and some really incredible looking desserts. Princess Cruises love looking after the whole family during your cruise. Camp Discovery offers 3 different age categories and areas, all themed in collaboration with the Discovery Channel. Children aged 3 to 17 will have everything they need to keep them amused for hours at a time. Whichever Princess Cruises ship you go on, you are sure to find something entertaining happening. From the street performers in the Piazza through to the full Broadway-style productions in the Princess Theatre. But this is Princess, so we can't talk about entertainment without mentioning the movies under the stars up here on deck. Whichever stateroom you pick, you'll get comfortable beds, a flat-screen TV, mini bar and bathroom with shower. If you're looking for a bit of extra outside space, then an upgrade to a balcony is a must. For that touch of luxury though, suites are the perfect option, offering you extra space and amenities in your room and complimentary access to the Lotus Spa thermal suite, amongst other exclusive benefits.
You will love Princess, you really will.
Princess, exactly.
My friends cruised for the first time with Princess, and they weren't sure what they feel about cruising, but they were so well looked after. Anyway.
And the ship's great. You've got Skywalkers, the nightclub across the back there.
That is so cool. Seriously.
Skywalkers and Princess, it just
Honestly, but the night,
brilliant.
And especially because you're going to be cruising, we've got the dates here like June, July, August. We were in the nightclub, and literally it would be light at midnight.
Well, yeah, because the land of the midnight sun.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, you want to go perhaps a little bit further north. But your ports are fantastic. First of all, you've got a relaxing day at sea to familiarise yourself with this wonderful ship. Then into Stavanger. Stavanger itself is probably one of the oldest collections of wooden buildings in the local region, and it's also got the fantastic viewpoint that you can see there, which you've got to go up and take a photo. It's one of just outside of that photo there's a queue of people waiting to go to the edge, but you've got to do it. You've got to do it. Then you're after Olden. One thing I highly recommend is go to the glacier. You can actually walk on the glacier. Don't think you're going to be climbing like Action Man up a glacier. It's a guided roped tour, which is really, really easy to do. Really, but well worth doing. And if you go up on this glacier, that's effectively it's always moving all the time, just very slow. It's great.
There you go.
Then Brixton Glacier, just awesome. Then you're off to Granger Fjords, so you'll get time to sail through the fjords and see the Seven Sisters and the Bridal Veil Falls, which are the waterfalls that come down. There's a couple of rock formations that also look like a face as well. What the captain generally, or lots of captains will do, is they'll do a commentary as you go through certain parts. And then into Bergen, which is again one of my favourite Norwegian ports. Bergen's great for your markets. You've got these colourful buildings around the harbour, and you can walk up into the hills or get the little vernacular railway up into the hills and have a little bit of a walking tour. See whether you can spot some trolls up there, because of course don't forget, it's troll country. Everything's trolls, everything's Edvard Grieg. So if you love your classical music, then you'll love this cruise.
And then a final day at sea, and then returning across to Southampton. One thing I will say, we're going to show you some images of this fabulous ship from Princess. But when it comes to choosing your stateroom, I will highly recommend going for either an outside or a balcony, because this is all about the views. It's all about the scenery. But the ships themselves are amazing. I always think, I remember the food being outstanding, against service, but beautiful, beautiful ships and just the highest standards. Yeah,
and don't forget, this deal's deposit only, so just £99 per person. You get a $200 onboard spend on this one as well. It really is fantastic.
We should say it's up to $200, isn't it, depending on which stateroom. It's up to $200 depending on your stateroom. Oh, sorry, I'm just having loads of flashbacks when I was on my cruise with Princess. Anyway, let's just show you what's included. So, up to $200 per cabin. Great little deposit, just, from £99 per person. So, because I think the price is really good on this one tonight. And as Justin mentioned earlier, you can add on a night pre-cruise at the Holiday Inn in Winchester. It's an amazing hotel, the Holiday Inn in Winchester, for only £95 per person, and that will give you breakfast, parking and your port transfers as well. Now, I mentioned about going for maybe an outside or balcony, just to show the prices there. You know, when you look, the difference is really small between some of the inside dates and the outside. And just to wake up, to see those views, to see that scenery, and if you can stretch to balcony, then we have got prices starting at under £1,150. The mini suites are really nice for Princess as well. Loads more room, loads more room. Now, we mentioned, I mean, look, Justin had a terrible journey today, didn't you? Let's be honest. Stuck in traffic for hours. I mean, you know...
And I'm usually the man. If you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late.
Yeah, you know, honestly, but yourself, you know, really early. Now, the point I'm making is, nowadays, traffic is so bad, so heavy, the last thing you want to be doing is driving down to Southampton on the day from somewhere like Glasgow, really worried that you're going to miss the cruise, anything like that. So why don't you stay the night before, de-stress at the Holiday Inn in Winchester? Let's give you a little taster.
If you're cruising out of Southampton, here at Planet Cruise we have some great options to make your holiday start before you step onto a cruise ship and take the stress out of travelling.
Why not start your holiday as you mean to go on and stay here at the incredible Holiday Inn, Winchester? Not only does this mean you get the chance to explore the beautiful city of Winchester and visit its iconic cathedral and wander the quaint shops and streets, but you're just 30 minutes away from Southampton docks, giving you a chance to arrive a day or two early and begin your holiday right away.
With loads of rooms available whether you're travelling as a couple, solo or as a family, the Holiday Inn Winchester is the perfect start to your cruise. Not only do you get a great night's sleep, but included in the price you get breakfast, free car parking for up to 28 days and transfers to and from the port, meaning everything is taken care of.
On top of all that, you have the chance to experience the 2 AA Rosette award-winning Mornhill Brasserie here at the hotel, which serves some of the finest food in Hampshire, all sourced locally, giving you a wide and varied menu to enjoy.
Then you can enjoy a refreshing drink or afternoon tea here in the bar or the outside terrace, setting you up perfectly for your cruise.
And remember, any cruise from Southampton, let us know, and hopefully we can get you a great room at the Winchester. Right, final cruise tonight is a biggie.
One of your favourite cruise lines?
Yeah, Celebrity. And I actually did, not all of this at the beginning of this year, but I did do a Celebrity cruise from...
Why didn't you do all of it?
I didn't have enough holiday. I didn't have enough holiday. So this is 27 nights.
27 nights.
This is the ultimate.
A month away. This is a once in a lifetime, and you are going around Australia. And I always say to people, it's like when they go to Canada and they go, oh, we didn't do the Rocky Mountain yet. What? You went all that way? If you're going to go to Australia, you've got to do New Zealand.
Yeah, I
agree.
agree.
You do New Zealand, you've got to do Australia.
So this is the ultimate, and we've got an amazing price. You're away for nearly a month. So, first of all, let's start with Sydney, because we're going to fly to Sydney. And we're actually there. We've got 2 nights in a 4-star hotel.
2 nights in a 4-star hotel. If you've never been to Sydney, one of the cleanest cities that I've ever been to.
Yeah,
absolute pleasure there. You generally dock opposite the Opera House and underneath what they call the Rusty Hangar, which is Sydney Harbour Bridge. You can climb that as well.
I did that.
Yeah, bridge climb.
Yeah. It was great.
Just literally opposite is the zoo. So if you want to go and cuddle a koala or see a kangaroo, then you can do. And definitely water taxis around the harbour, really, really good. And there's the casino there as well, which is good for the nightlife. Anyway, we are then on board our wonderful ship, and this is the Celebrity Solstice, which you've got 22 nights on board. You've got a beautiful lawn at the top, which is, that's real grass.
I still don't know how they keep it so immaculate, honestly. I never see it getting cut.
There's a man that goes out late at night with a pair of scissors.
I think there is, seriously.
No, the way that they go to the detail in the staterooms, you know, the things like the Egyptian cotton towels, the bathrobes, drinks on the quayside, so when you're getting on and off the ship, there's fresh water or orange juice there. It just is an aqua class. I mean, I know you always go on about aqua class. There's 130 aqua class rooms on board this ship, which feature a 53-foot square balcony. You get unlimited access to the Persian Gardens. And, of course, you get a chance to go into Blue, the restaurant, which is clean cuisine. One of the best wine collections at sea that you can have by the glass.
And you've just been looking at food from Cuisine. I was in Cuisine a few weeks ago. The entertainment with Celebrity is off the scale. Seriously, some of the best shows I've ever seen. Amazing.
Yeah. But just a phenomenal... Yeah, the martini bar as well. You know, you've got to do it. If you're going to do it properly.
And I think when you are travelling all this way, and you're going to be, you know, say, on board for over 3 weeks, you want to make sure that you are on one of the best, most luxurious ships in the world, and this is it right now.
Yeah.
God, I've got so many great memories coming out looking at this.
That's the thing, though. It will be maybe a once in a lifetime.
Yeah. And I don't mind saying it, my cruise was only 12 nights, and I feel like I didn't get to see everything. This is the ultimate.
Should we do it?
Yeah,
let's
come on, let's
do it.
do
So
it.
you get on board and you're going straight away into Newcastle. Now, of course, if you go back into the 1700s, Captain James Cook christened this particular part and took it as Newcastle. With this, you've got to go to the Hunter Valley to taste some of the wines there. There's Nobby Beach Reserve as well, which is named by Captain James Cook as well. And there's the Merriweather Surf House. So plenty to see and do. Then you've got 2 relaxing days at sea before you're into Arley Beach. Now this is sort of the gateway into the Whitsunday Islands. So you can go and see, I mean, beautiful beaches. I mean, just breathtaking. But there's river and crocodile tours as well. So you can go and see some of the estuaries where the crocodiles are. You can go to the Whitsunday Islands, have a cruise around on a catamaran there, or you can go to see the Great Barrier Reef. Then we're off to Cairns. Now Cairns, I'd say definitely get out and go to the rainforest. There's the Skyrail Rainforest Cableway, which you can go through the canopy. There's the Chapukai Aboriginal Park, so you can go and see some of the local culture. Or you can go on the Corunda Scenic Railway, which is one of the old railways there. The next day is actually spent at sea. So Willis Island is actually a day which is cruising, and then you spend the next day at sea itself. But then into Brisbane. Brisbane, one of my favourites. There's the zoo, which Steve Irwin founded, so you can go and see the zoo there. There's the Castlemaine 4X Brewery. So, yeah. Yeah, remember the adverts back in the 80s?
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's a real surface paradise. Then you've got a relaxing day at sea before you come back into Sydney, just for the day. Then we're off to the New Zealand leg, which this is just...
You got Melbourne as well.
Oh, sorry, yeah, we didn't get... Sorry.
Don't miss out Melbourne.
We've got so much.
Ooh.
To be fair, Melbourne, you've got to go to Kilda Beach. Kilda Beach, apart from the beach, the area, it's got this really wild cultural sort of explosion of creative artists and characters. I absolutely love it down there. There's an incredible fun fair. And you know when you see these old abandoned fun fairs with a massive sort of joker with their mouth open as you walk through?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, a proper old wooden railway. It's amazing. And Melbourne itself, go to the South Bank. And you won't see it in the evening, but in the evening they actually let off natural gas out these piers all the way along the South Bank. It's phenomenal, it really is. How could I forget Melbourne? Anyway, 2 days at sea, and then we're on to the New Zealand part, the New Zealand leg. The first day is actually you're following the footsteps of the explorers, because this is one of the areas which Captain James Cook took on the Endeavour. And this is Dusky, Doubtful and Milford Sound. It is the fjords of New Zealand. And I know you're looking and going, wow, that's a great backdrop. It's an epic backdrop. Yeah, we go into Dunedin, which is related to Scotland in a big, big way, because Dunedin, you've got Robert Burns, the poet, Robbie Burns. That was a bad. Do you like my boss? She's gonna say that Scottish accent. That was awful.
I don't think that bad.
A wee Robbie Burns.
That's all right.
Hey, sound like Billy Connolly. But no, there's a statue in the middle of Dunedin. There's also a great whiskey distillery there. You can go and get your own tartan. Akaroa. We're on to Akaroa now. Transalpine Express. You've got to go on this, and you will see some of the greatest panoramic views. And on top of that, you've got places following. You've got Wellington and Tauranga and the Bay of Islands. There's so much to go through. I'm not going to do it justice, but if you've ever seen Lord of the Rings and just been inspired by that backdrop, definitely you can go and see some of the places that they actually used in the film. And I apologise, there is too much to fit in.
And I can honestly say I did the 12-night Australian-New Zealand cruise with Celebrity early on this year, and I loved it, but I wish I'd done the ultimate.
Yeah.
Because this will stay with you forever. And if you might only travel that far once in your lifetime, so why not do it all? And why not do it on a 5-star ship that is absolutely stunning? And actually, when you break down the price, when you think about how much the flights would cost...
Well, do you know how much it is per person per night? £147 per person per night.
That is really good, isn't
it?
Really good.
27 nights,
I mean,
including the stay in Sydney and your flights. It's awesome.
So remember, you are getting the extra 2 nights in the 4-star hotel in Sydney, return flights from London. If you want to, add on a post-cruise, you can stay, you can do that, obviously, in Auckland. And you can upgrade your cruise to all-inclusive. Just call for details. What a show. I tell you what, we are nearly out of time, so I'm going to give you a quick recap, and it will be quick, of everything we had. We started off with that amazing cruise, brand new ship from MSC, Italy, Malta and Spain. And the price there, just £619 per person. Don't forget, you can upgrade to all-inclusive from just £20 per person per night there as well. Then,
yeah, we've got
one.
Marella. So for those of you like Thompson, you're going to love this one because, look, 15 nights around the Caribbean for just £895 per person per night. And, of course, it's that same great Thompson service, just the new name of Marella. So the ID for that one, just grab the pen and paper. I can't even see the ID there. It's 129184.
184, there you go. Now, it was all about the 80s with our next cruise. Back to the 80s. Remember, Tony Hadley, ABC, Kim Wilde, Belinda Carlisle. Massive acts here. And Sarah Cox is going to be there, of course, as well. You get your gratuities incled and the most amazing entertainment.
Don't forget Sarah Cox as well, the DJ.
Yeah,
she's on board spinning the decks.
And don't forget staying the night before in the Holiday Inn in Winchester.
Then we have got our fantastic, brand new maiden voyage to New York on the wonderful Norwegian Bliss. And of course, don't forget, this is premium, all-inclusive, some fantastic quality spirits and drinks available on board. And the ship itself, you know, you're looking at a go-kart track on there, the laser tag, the tubes, it's phenomenal. ID number 135120.
And then that beautiful cruise with Princess on board the Sapphire Princess. You will love this one. And remember, you've got, I think, a great price, actually, $739, but you'll also get onboard spend up to $200 per cabin there. Deposit is really small. You know, if you want to secure your place tonight, you can do it from just £99 per person. And again, you can stay the night before in the Holiday Inn. Then the biggie, Justin.
Biggie, yeah, if you want to do Australia and New Zealand in style, modern luxury with celebrity, then the number is 156985, a 27-night cruise. And if you do fancy something a little bit like last minute and you fancy doing a Christmas market, we've got a couple of those as well.
We had a couple of mini ones, didn't we? We had the two-nighter with Cruise Maritime. They are going to be with us next week, by the way, with Moria, who's going to tell you more. But you can get that from just £145 per person. And then you've also got the three-nighter, which is Bruges and Amsterdam, from just £215. Give us a call right now, 0808-250-2662, or of course planetcruise.com. But we are out of time. Justin, are you with me next week?
No, I'm not with you next week, but it's a tough choice. I'm not too sure which is my favourite, 80s Cruise or NCL, or should I just do both?
Both. And do the celebrity one, and do them all. Justin, we'll see you in a few weeks' time.
Take care.
I'll see you next week.